Kalivani, who's also battling stage cancer. And then, yeah, just give me a moment. Can you all see my screen now? Hi.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss, we can.
Can I? Okay, I think something happened just now. So yeah, okay. So why is it so important to help others? Because when you help someone, even though it's a little, it will definitely put a smile on their face. And sometimes, what may be luxury ones for us that we sacrifice can save another life. And like I said, what may be small to us may mean the world to somebody else. And definitely, good deeds go a long way. And by being there for one another, we get to make the world a better place and initiate the heart of giving among the younger generation. I don't know why I can't seem to go next when I share screen. Is there some issue?
Click also cannot.
Cannot. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, now can. Okay, so yeah, like I said, any form of help is an act of charity. Helping an individual does not only mean financially, and that's where we are heading to now. How can you be a part of a good deed? Okay, what you can do is always check on your friends and family on how they are doing. Volunteer to help others in the sense like now most of you guys are students, right? So you guys, when you have some free time and all that, you can like give out free tuitions. This is just an example that I'm giving. And then maybe, you may have like an elderly neighbor of which you can actually buy groceries. And then, if you have some extra food at home, you can always share it with your neighbors. And if you guys stay in a hostel or something like that, you know, don't be greedy. Like always share it with your roommate or your friends. So, and then support small business. You know how social media plays a big role in all our lives now, right? So what you can do is you can promote, not necessarily buy from them, but maybe you can share their page on, your social media so it reaches more people. And then the best thing you can do is be kind to anyone you meet in life's journey, because you never know what a person may be going through. Even all of us now in this podcast, we don't know what one may be going through. So the best thing to do is be kind, never judge. And all these things, if you see, it doesn't cost you any money. It's just the extras that you have that you're giving somebody. Okay. And this will go a long way. So, yeah. And coming on to today's topic, go depression, go. So, guys, look at my slide and you know, um, I want you guys to communicate with me now. And before that, before moving on, I would like to say that I am not a professional. This is all based on my research and my readings. And I personally did go through bad times and all, and that's how Liberal Hearts came about. People have body shamed me, they have belittled me, betrayal. I've been through so much. So this is what I did, and I'm just sharing it to you guys. So this is how you guys can, go through things in your life. So, how many of you here in this podcast today have ever questioned yourself? You can see these questions here. How do I know I'm depressed? Why am I not good enough? Where did I go wrong? Who will ever understand me? Why me? Am I bad? Am I overthinking? Have any of you went through this kind of situation? Can I hear some voices?
Yeah, I've been through the same thing. Because of
Yeah, so you
my
feel,
family issues, I have questioned myself, am I a good son or what? I've gone through
uh-huh.
some things like that.
Yeah, see, yeah, I will come to that later, how it affects you and all. So anyone else? Like, I'm sure we do feel sad at times, and emotions take over us, and nobody
Yeah.
here went through anything. Don't be shy, guys. That's yeah, that's the main reason why we're here, right?
Yeah,
To
we are
share.
just
And
shell.
yeah, I mean, you don't need to go personal or whatever, but you can just tell me that, yeah, I did have this feeling of feeling miserable, of self frustration or something. Anybody?
Yes, Miss, me too. I would agree that.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
So
so
you
then,
did have you
yes,
did question yourself.
yes, most of the time, especially when it's come to education wise, whenever we feel like we are the one always, lacking in grades and something, some kind of
No,
thing like that.
don't ever feel that way.
Yeah.
You remember that you're good enough,
Yes.
and never let anyone say otherwise. Okay, this is what I apply to myself. Whenever people say something that you can never do it, as long as we leave, trust me, negativity is going to be there. You cannot stop that. Okay, so that's why I hope from today's short session, everybody here, they gain some kind of self-confidence, and that's what I hope. Okay, because this is I am no professional, like I said, and this is all based on my own self, my what I did to overcome my feelings. So what can you do if you find yourself in that situation? So let me begin it with what is depression. So it's unpleasant ideas, it's something that disturbs your mind at all times, like I don't belong here, I'm not smart, nobody cares about me, nothing I do counts, these kind of things. And if you have this kind of thoughts, you are already there. Okay, depression is already hitting you. But we live in an era where it's like a sin if you say that you're depressed. But don't worry, I believe that our generation, we have to change this. We have to step out. We have to say that, look, depression is real. You don't have to be shy to voice out. And if you think that you can't trust your family or your friends, always seek somebody. Just ask, what can I do? Don't bottle up your feelings, and reflect back now. See if you can spot any negative thought that pops in your head. Like I asked just now, have you guys ever felt this way and all? So if you have that negative thought, try to overcome it. Okay, and we'll go to that. So the causes mainly is what I learned is it comes from broken families, and this we do not have any control over it. Sometimes it just so happened that we have family issues, and maybe separated parents, or two strict parents or something like that. That will definitely hit us somewhere in our life where we will end up being depressed. Okay, and the next is genetic. Again, there's nothing much you can do but to consult the professionals. And then past trauma. What do I mean by past trauma? Can someone say? Let's be interactive so it won't be so boring. So anyone can tell me, what do I mean by past trauma?
Means something which had happened previously, and
Mhm,
then when we encounter such a situation again in our life, the thing we
mhm.
feel like we are being pressured again about the surrounding and the situation.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you a very, very simple example. As we are all in that age of, uni students. It's normal to have boyfriend or girlfriend. And, sometimes when, you fall in love and then you fall out of love, it happens as humans. But here in Malaysia, it's not very easy as it is in Western countries for you to share it with your family members. Because sometimes, and most times, when you bring it back home and you say like, oh, I had a breakup, for example, they immediately say, oh, it's your age to study, not for you to fall in love. And I'm sure a lot of people here can relate to that.
And maybe
So
you come closer.
yeah, so we are left with no other choice but to keep it all inside us and feel miserable. That's about it. So that's why I say it's so important that we normalize speaking to our parents. I'm not saying that you have to follow the Western culture, but to make the older generation understand the importance of mental health. Okay, and then abuse. Some people go through abuse, and some people face abuse, in the sense that your loved ones go through verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or emotional abuse. So I'm sure you guys know, right? What do I mean? And if anyone here don't really get verbal, physical, sexual, or emotional abuse, y'all can raise your hand and y'all can always ask me now. Anyone has any questions? No?
No,
Can I
miss.
continue?
No, miss.
Okay. So yeah, lack of exercise. As much as we think that exercise it's besides the point, no, it's not. Do you know that when you're mentally not stable and you actually do simple exercises like breathing exercise or anything like that, it actually helps, it distracts your mind. So you feel better. Yeah. And then improper food intake, try to reduce on like too much of sweets or anything like that, which also leads to bad health condition, which will definitely hit into depression in the end. And then stress. I'm very, very sure majority of Malaysians are going through this now. Unemployment, overworking, underperforming. Underperforming is for university students. Like just now, Shankari, is it, told me that she feels like she's not doing well. So you see, you never should think that way. I know sometimes it hits you like, oh, why can't I be better than that person or so? But always remember that you're doing your best, and that's important and that's enough. Okay. And then losing a loved one. So often that people who lose their parents or someone that matters very much to them, they will end up in depression. So times like this, I think professional help is very much needed. So do not be shy to, ask, seek help. Don't keep it in you. That's all that, I'm going to really, really emphasize. And then peer pressure, where people always say that, look, a person A is doing so much better than you, or person X is so successful at their age, and what are you doing? I know it hurts, but the best you can do is that you just ignore that negativity, you keep going, you do what you need to do, and you be you. Okay. And then pressure on social belonging in the society. Now you see when you open your Instagram or your Facebook, and then you see that this person, they have everything in life. That's what you think, but never believe everything you see in social media. You never know what pain that person is actually going through behind all of whatever they post up. Okay, someone may look so happy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're very happy. Okay. And then moving on. So how do you know that you're in that situation? You are actually depressed. So you have very low self-esteem, and then you may find yourself always sleeping, always tired. All you want to do is just lay on your bed. You don't want to go out. You basically have no mood for anything. And then you can see that you're easily triggered. Little things, it's probably a joke, and then you take it all so seriously because you're mentally not stable. And then you dislike your once favorites, like say that you used to love cooking, and then now you find yourself that no, I don't want to cook, I don't have the mood for it. And then you prefer isolation. Okay, you always lock yourself in the room, you don't want to meet people, you don't want to go out. Okay, and then mood swings. One moment you're very happy, and the other moment you're just down, and you have zero motivation to go your day with. You don't want to do anything, like I said, and you always find yourself daydreaming. You're in class, uni, your lecturer is saying something in front there, but nothing is actually going in. You're just in your own world. Okay, and then procrastination. You have your assignments due and you know that you have to submit it, but you just don't want to do it, and you keep saying that maybe another time, and then you lose focus easily. Doesn't only mean education wise, say work or just anything, you don't have that focus. And then drifting personalities, it's similar to mood swings, but what I mean by drifting personality is like this moment, you're laughing away and you're talking to me, and the next moment you can just self-harm, or you're suicidal, so this kind of thing. And then you just hate yourself, you tell yourself that I hate myself. That's very, very bad. Okay. And you're too focused on negativity, though there's something positive there that you can see, but you choose to look at the negativity. Okay. And then self-harming, this is already the danger level, where people start cutting themselves and then they scratch or whatever they do. Okay. Suicidal thoughts, I'm sure you guys know, right? When someone is depressed, the very next step is they want to suicide because they feel they've lost it all. They can't do this anymore. And then dullness, you can see that person is just never happy. You can see that no matter how much of a smile that person puts up outside, you can just see that there is no glow in their face. And sometimes overeating could also be because of depression, starving, because, yeah, you just don't want to eat, you don't have the mood, you easily give up. And then fake personality, it's like the dullness, like I said, they put up a face, a very happy face, but deep down they just have so much of sorrows. And then frustration, you always find yourself frustrated. Little things can frustrate you easily. Like for an example, it's like you turned on your PC, but it just wouldn't turn on, and you get so angry that you slam your laptop. This kind of frustration, but it's actually a petty thing. You might think back, why did I actually throw my laptop? It's just a normal thing, right? You can always off it and on it back, but it's because you're mentally so tortured that you behave such a way. Okay, so if you find yourself in this situation, please reach out to somebody. That's the first thing you can do, someone you trust. Okay, so these are the ways you can help yourself. Speak to someone you trust. Never ever keep your feelings bottled up. Okay. And no, it doesn't mean that if you keep it all in, you're going to be fine. No, that you will never recover from it and you're never going to walk out from it. Okay. Divert your mind by occupying yourself. Say if you love reading, read more. And when a negative thought hits your head, or a bad situation, or your bad past comes back, you get that memory back. What do? The first thing you do is go and do something that will distract your mind. Call up a friend, or you like to scroll through social media, do something. And then read and watch motivational speakers. This may sound boring to some of you, but trust me, this really, really helped me. Okay, when things are so rough, trust me, reading and watching motivational speakers will help you. And then practice simple exercise like meditation, breathing exercise, physical exercise. In a way, it will divert your mind too. Avoid negativity at all costs, especially on social media. You can have somebody commenting on your picture, you're so ugly, or why do you look this way? It doesn't matter. That social media belongs to you. You do what you feel like doing. Okay, don't take that into account. Look back at how many positive comments there is. People would have said that you're so bold, but that won't seem big to you. But someone calling you ugly will be big to you because you're mentally unstable. So do not ever isolate yourself. Never ever be alone. Always consume a healthy diet. Refrain from listening to sad songs or watching sad shows. I know most of you here do it. Tell me, are you in that category? You're already sad and you will go and watch a sad movie or listen to a sad song and make yourself worse than whatever you already are. Tell me how many of you guys do this?
Me, miss.
I do
Yeah,
miss.
see? Yeah, it's common.
do.
Yeah, it's very
I
common
do.
that. Yeah, see, I can hear a lot of I do. So don't do that. I know you feel like, oh, if I'm gonna listen to this sad song, it's gonna make me feel better. But no, it's gonna make you worse. Stop that. Okay. And then practice journaling. Write down your thoughts. Okay. This helps. Each day, say, you write down, what am I grateful for today? For example, I have a roof above my head. I have a decent meal to eat. And then, yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. And what made me sad today? Say, my mom used harsh words on me. Uh, so in the future, when you look back, you will realize how far you've come in life. So that's why I'm saying practice journaling. And the final thing is, if things really get out of hand, despite you being with your friends, trying to overcome that feeling and doing everything that you can, but you still find yourself in that miserable situation that I think I better die. It's a must for you to seek professional help, and do not be shy to share, because trust me, everyone is going through something. Whether or not they show it, they may seem like the happiest people, but they are going through something. So if you need it, seek professional help. And if you think that I want to speak to somebody, I want to speak to a stranger, yes, you can always do that. And if you want to speak to me, yes, by all means, you can call me. I'll try to console you as much as I can, though I'm not a professional. Okay? I'll be a friend to you. And then, how you can help a loved one. So give them the reassurance that things are going to be okay. So say I come to you and I say that, hey, look, I think I'm failing. Whatever I do in uni, I am just not scoring well. You, as a friend, don't go to them and say, yeah, you're failing. Don't ever do that, okay? Give them the reassurance. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. You're doing just fine. Simple words like that, that's going to really help them. And then avoid debating and arguing about their choice. Say that I'm saying that, no, I am stupid and I'm going to fail. You try to just say like, you know what, calm down. We can talk about this later. Use terms like that instead of arguing with them like, are you stupid, what are you talking? Don't say things like this. Be very, very mindful of your words. Be very careful what you utter out of your mouth. And then understand their mental health. This is very, very important. I know that we are all not professionals, and we don't really know how to see if somebody is in need, somebody is going through something. But you know by looking at their face, by the way they speak, say a close friend that who's always jovial, and you suddenly see that this person is no longer who they used to be. They are now isolating themselves and things like this. You already know something is wrong, right? So help them. Okay, avoid using guilt traps. Constantly check on them. It doesn't mean that if I come and tell you today that I'm sad, so you tell me everything's going to be all right and then you forget about it. Take just maybe a minute or two of your day, just ring them up and like, hey, how are you doing? What's up? Things like that. Try diverting their mind. you know Take them out, ensure they're always accompanied. Even though you are not there, just make sure that maybe another friend of theirs is there with them, or their family members are there, and try to share it with their loved ones. Someone you think you can share, like, say, your best friend X is going through a problem. Just try to get in touch with their family or someone and explain to them that this person is undergoing something and we have to be there for them, things like that. And never force them. If someone says give me time, give that time. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. Just be there with them. Don't ignore them, but don't force them in any sense, like, tell me what's happening. No, you have to tell me. Don't do that. Sometimes people need time. Be patient and never show you're tired. never ever do this. Never go to them and say, hey, you know what? You're so full of problems. I'm so done with you. Don't ever do that. And, most often, people who's going through something in life, they would not consult the professional. So what you can do, try to consult a psychologist or, a therapist or somebody on behalf of them. And there's a lot of people who's actually doing this complimentary. And even our government, they actually have a lot of initiatives. So, get them to meet these people. Okay. So this is how you can help a loved one. And then this is some important notes for y'all. Never be ashamed to seek help. Okay, everyone is battling something we don't know, and mental health is as important as physical health. We give so much importance, right? Like you may be having diabetics or hypertension, and all this is so known, and then cancer, heart attack, whatever. You take vitamins. So, and now, like, we're going through this COVID pandemic, right? I'm sure all of you guys take vitamin C and all these things just to make sure that you don't contract the virus. You're so careful and you're so concerned about your health. Do you know that mental health is equally important? Why isn't anyone giving the importance for mental health? Why is it just, physical health matters? Because we are lack of awareness. And always remember to love yourself. Never belittle yourself. Okay, never say things like, "Mm, I'm so ugly," or I'm not smart. Don't ever do that. Always tell yourself, if I'm not going to love myself, no one else will. Okay. And then appreciate your progress. It doesn't matter if it's small or big. Whatever you achieve, it's an achievement, and you've done something in life. And all of us, I bet you guys are like 18 to 20s, right? And I'm sure you guys would have done something. Completing your SPM, it's a progress too. Don't think that this is just something small and it doesn't matter. No. Okay. And always focus on the positivity. Like I said in the beginning, negativity is going to be around as long as we live. And there's nothing much we can do. There's some people who going to put you down no matter what you do. So focus on the positivity. Let the negativity be. You be the bigger person. Okay. Be bold. Be you. Always love yourself. Okay. And life is tough, but remember that you're tougher. Okay, so let me just stop share for a while, and you guys can ask any question you guys have. Anyone? Hello?
Okay, hi Miss. I'm Manusha and I'm glad we have the same name. So I
Yeah.
have so I have this question actually. We
Okay.
often hear like all the stigma and discrimination about mental health. So how do we cope with this stigma? Or do we have any ways to end these mental health stigmas?
Okay. Like I said just now, um, there's nothing much we can do. Okay, but we can always, as our generation is growing up, right? We are a new generation. So what we can do is that we should speak out about mental health more openly. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Can Miss?
can Miss.
Can
Yeah.
miss?
Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying, right? So like the stigma is going to be there. Okay. So what we can do from now on, okay, from today, let's, this group of people that we have now, okay, let's normalize talking about mental health. Don't be ashamed and go out there, spread awareness. You don't have to be a professional to do it. Okay,
Exactly.
just do your own research, like what I did now, and I'm sharing with you guys, right? So if you ever find somebody in that helpless situation, go to them and tell them, look, it's okay that you're not okay. You know,
Mm.
that's the only way we can move forward to make this world a place where they give importance to mental health. And this is just something that I'm sharing with you guys. Do you know, actually, in certain countries, every month, if I'm not mistaken, you have to go for a mental health check. You know, it doesn't mean you're crazy if you go for a mental health check. That's what here in Malaysia they say, you know, oh, you have mental issues. Okay, lah, I send you to Tanjung Rambutan. It's not a joke, guys. Really, it's not a joke. Okay, that's the more people won't reach out, the more people's gonna bottle up to themselves. So, you know, it's very important that we go out there and we show people that look, it's normal for you to have problems. As humans, we're gonna face problems in life, and it's totally normal. So yeah, I hope I answered your question, Anusha.
Yes, nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So anyone else? Anything?
So guys, now we open for Q&A session. If anyone have any questions to ask, you may ask now. Anyone?
Don't be shy, guys. And even if you guys feel
Hello,
you want to speak to me, can.
hello, Miss.
Yeah.
I'm Ati. Okay. I want to ask about, have you ever thought when you were in high school that you'll be doing a charity today? Have you ever had the dream? Or
Okay.
it was
To be
after your secondary school days?
okay, so how this whole thing came about is I since young lah, I always had this thought inside me that I want to do something for somebody someday. Okay, because when I went to primary school, you know, right, they have like this kind of program where they give food for those, you know, that comes from a you know, lower middle class family and all, right? So when I used
Yes,
to see
Miss.
all that, I feel very, very sad. Okay, maybe I'm just soft, I don't know. Okay, so I used to feel like, why do people have to go through this, you know? Why can't all of us have something nice to eat? Why can't our meal be the same? You know, I used to question myself this way. And then as I moved on to secondary and all that, I used to do little that I can. Like I used to buy food for people that do not have the money, though I don't have much myself. But you know, I just try to do what I can lah. Okay, and then when I went into uni, I used to do community service and all these things. I used to visit the orphanage homes, these kind of things. And then every year on my birthday, I will visit the orphanage homes and spend my birthday with them. So I usually give them like some good meal. You know, I just choose lah. Like maybe one year it will be like you know whatever lah. You know, Indian wedding food or Malay wedding food. You know, these kind of things, so that they get to taste that kind of food, because we crave for that kind of food. So that's what I do. And then last year I decided that why not I open a legal thing so that I can reach more people. Because you know, when you go out as one person, not many people will trust you. So that's how Liberal Hearts came about.
Okay, Miss, thank you. So I also have another question.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever you wanted to start this charity, right? How about
Uh-huh.
the people around you and your family member? Since charity is something you do with your whole heart and for the
Correct.
people around you, right? So how did they
Right.
react for this first?
Okay, to be very honest, my biggest supporter is my father. So he was very, very encouraging. And then my sister, my younger sister, she's also a MSurian, by the way, and she's in Shalam campus. So she helped me a lot. You know, walking in and out of ROS, it was not easy for us to get the approval. things like that. It's not easy, guys. So, she really helped me. And then my father was my backbone. He really, really, really helped me. And then, when we went to feed the homeless and all, it's like we went at night. So, it's not very, very safe, right? Like people in the streets, and then, there might be robbers or whatever. So my family members were my backbone lah. They were there with me. They came with me. And then my first few projects, it was all done with my family actually. Yeah. So my family is my biggest supporter. And then of course I got backlash from public. I heard a lot of people talking about me, like saying that she's doing it for fame, this kind of things. But I didn't take it to heart because I know what I'm doing is genuine. I know this is my dream, and I'm not going to let anyone bring me down or stop my dream. So, like I said, negativity is going to be there. Just ignore. Okay? If you want to do something, do it. Don't wait. Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you so much, Miss. That was so inspiring.
Thank you. And I hope all of you have the heart to reach out to people in need, be it financially or mentally, physically. Somebody needs you, try to be there. As much as we all can give reasons, as much as we are all busy with our lives, but try to be there as much as you can. Maybe a minute in a day is not going to kill you. And sometimes when people want to donate and all, they say, it's I have so little. Is it okay if I give $10? Trust me, guys, even 1 cent will matter, will make a change in somebody's life. Never think it's too little. Just do what you need to do. Any more? Anything else?
Miss, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your advice for those youngsters who is very shy to share their problem with their friends or family?
Okay. Like just now, right? I was saying how you can help yourself and how you can help your loved ones. The first thing that you have to do is come out of the box. Okay? I know it's difficult to share it out. And like I said, if you feel shy to share it with your friends or your family, what you can do is choose a stranger that you can trust. Okay? Like sometimes like when I was in uni, I had some very, very friendly lecturers that eventually we became like friends. So I have also shared certain things with my lecturers and things like that. So yeah, you guys can do that. Choose to speak to someone. Don't keep it in yourself. That will make you feel worse. So even if you're an introvert, times like this, break that. Okay, come out, break it, and just speak to someone. Don't keep it in yourself.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah, and if worst scenario, just seek the professional help. So anyone else? I will just share my screen now on the professional context. You guys can take note of this. So if y'all feel like y'all can't speak to anyone, then here's a list of people, organizations that can actually help you. And as what I know, all Women's Action Society, they are free. Lifeline Association, also free. And Malaysian Mental Health Association, I think they're also free. I think most of them here, they are actually free of charge, they don't charge you. So you guys can try this. So y'all can just take down. And then, if you guys really need the help, y'all can contact them. And whatever y'all share, it will be really PNC. They will not reveal out. Yeah, and this is something for y'all. It is during our darkest moments, we must focus to see the light. Like I said, no matter what negativity comes your way, try to remain positive, though it's very, very hard, but you need to practice that. And, it will become normal after some time. And never say that this is normal. I go through this pain always, so it doesn't matter. It's since young, this is how I'm treated. So it no longer matters to me. Don't ever say that. Go seek the help that you need. Anyone? Questions?
Hello, Miss.
Yeah.
I'm Shukri. So
Hi.
earlier you said that we kind of have to help someone, our loved ones, when they have
Yeah.
depression or mental illness whatsoever. But then how do we, if let's say the person that we are close to, they are having depression, but then they did not show the symptoms of it. So how do we detect that they are having some sort of mental breakdown or something like that? Do you have any tips or any suggestion in order for
Yeah.
us to really
To
know what they
identify
are
that,
really
right?
feeling? Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said just now, we are all not professionals. And most times we don't really know if somebody is going through something. But trust me, sometimes, if a person is so close to you, right, the way they behave, you can find out that something is wrong. And even if it's like, okay, for example, this person is always going on with you, and then suddenly you call up, hey, jom lepak, and this person says like, no lah, not today. So you already know that something is happening. So you take these little points. So that's how you actually know. And what you can do is always call up your friends and check. You're not going to lose anything by just calling up and asking, how are you doing? Is everything okay with you? You never know your luck. Maybe they might open up. They might say, hey, actually I have something going on. Yeah. So this is what we can do. Any more questions? Anything to ask? Hello, are you guys still there?
Yes, Miss. Okay, Miss.
Yeah.
How about physical abuse? It tend to keep on rising in our country, right?
Yeah.
Can you share with us what are the most common causes and people tend to physical abuse? Mostly their partners, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
Miss.
Yeah. Okay. So mostly you can see that physical abuse happens between partners. And sometimes the person that's hitting you or doing something to you is already mentally not stable. They may be going through so much of stress, excessive stress, that they don't know what they're doing, that they come and throw it to you. you know and if I give an example of a husband and a wife, say that the husband goes out to earn the money, because he's the breadwinner of the family, right? And like now situations are tough. uh, most people are jobless and all that. So what happens is that when they have so much in their head and they don't know who to share it with, and then they come back home and say their wife says like, I need to buy a bottle of milk, for example. Though the wife is not wrong, the husband may get aggressive and start whacking, and that is physical abuse. And sometimes because of drunk, this kind of factors, right? So when this happens, the first thing first, the abuser, they have to get help. Okay. And if you're the spouse, try to get help for them, like maybe seek a professional or something, and say that this person changed personality. They used to be good once, and then now they are very aggressive or whatever. Maybe the professional may be able to identify what is running in the mind of the abuser. and maybe the physical abuse can stop. But if you are a victim of physical abuse, no matter what, please, please, please report. Don't keep it to yourself. Okay? Don't think that I deserve it, I love this person, so I'm going to get all the backing in the world. Don't be stupid. Okay? Just go and report. Anything else?
Miss, one more last question.
Yeah, sure.
Does children get depression?
Yes, they do. They do. Even
Okay.
yeah, okay. So, like I said, right, the causes just now, like broken family, and then sometimes parents, without realizing, they have favoritism, in the sense you may have three siblings or whatever, and your parent may be closer to child number three or the youngest child, and child number two gets affected by it, and children go through depression, and it's real. So if you notice the child being different, say that the child is not performing in school, they don't have motivation, you see them crying for little things, don't say that it's normal. Can you just stop crying? Don't be stubborn. Don't do that. Seek a play therapist assistance. So what these play therapists actually do is they make children draw, and then sometimes they use clay, and they ask the child to mold things. So through that, the play therapists can actually see what kind of depression is the child going through and how severe is it. Okay, and most people lack knowledge on this, but yes, children can get depressed too, because depression is a feeling, and we all, the moment we born, and then okay, few months, yeah, we don't know anything, and when we turn one, it's the same. How a child can fall sick, can get fever, can get any sickness an older person can get, it's the same goes to mental health.
All right, Miss. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Miss, one last question, Miss.
Can.
Miss, usually
Uh-huh.
when we start to share our problem, right, people will
Okay.
tend to connect it to our maturity level. They'll start to tell like, oh, you don't have mature, you are not mature enough to handle the problem. Don't simply come and tell to me this kind of problem. So it's a small problem only. I think that's the most common reason why people tend to bottle up their feelings.
Correct.
So
So like just now I said, right, when you are helping someone, okay, you don't, avoid debating and arguing about their choice. I said that just now, right? That's when you help someone. And when when you go and seek the help and you feel like this person is making things worse for me, stop right there. That's not the right person for you to share with. Okay, we are not blaming the person, but maybe the person is lack of knowledge on mental health. So the person feels like, you keep whining about your problems and I don't want to hear, you know so it's going to make you feel worse. So stop at that instant. Seek somebody else. And if you really feel like you have no one, seek a stranger. Like I said, you can always talk to me too. And you can also call the numbers, I mean the organizations that I listed out just now, right? Just call them and just speak to them and say that, sometimes, like, even family, like I said just now, we are not like the Western culture. Here in Malaysia, when you go to your parents and you say something, they immediately relate back to, oh, you have a boyfriend, or something like that. That's why you have problem. But they don't know that the problem starts at home. you know so we have to educate and let the old generation be. From now, let's make the change. Let's make mental health awareness so important. When in the future, when we have children and all, always speak to them, always understand what they're going through. Don't make them end up in a situation where they have to bottle up their feelings. So did I answer your question?
yes, Miss, thank you so much.
Okay, so anybody else?
Guys,
Why the
anyone
rest?
have any questions?
Yeah, the rest is so quiet. If y'all
Miss,
don't have Christian, yeah, someone. Yeah.
regarding the earlier question about children do have mental depression and stuff.
Yeah.
So if let's say they keep bottle up their feelings and they don't share it with
You mean
their
children, is it?
friends, yeah, the children. If
Okay.
let's say they keep bottle up their feelings and they don't talk to their parents, they don't talk to their friends and stuff, does eventually it will affect in the long term to those children? Or yeah, I mean, like, means did you get what I want to ask? Did
Okay, yeah, I
they
get it. I understand. You're trying to say that if, as a child,
Mhm.
the child keeps all the feelings to themselves and they don't share out, when they grow up to be a teenager or an adult, will there be an effect in their life, right?
Yeah. Because
Okay,
of, I
so
mean, like, if we the teenagers or the youngsters, we know how to detect those depression among our friends, but then it's a little bit difficult to detect when it comes to the children. So how do we help them, and what if the long term effect if we don't help them at that moment?
okay, so you see, when it comes to children, it is the responsibility of the parents to know what your child is going through. Okay, like say if a child is having fever, okay, the child will be weak, and who has to detect it? Who takes the child to the clinic? It's the parents, right? So it's the same when it comes to mental health. Notice every change that your child makes. Say that your child has always been, we all know that children, most of the time, it's very rare that they're quiet. Most of the time, children, they're naughty, they run around, they play, they make noise and things. So if you suddenly notice that your child is being very quiet, it's not socializing with people, so there's a problem. Immediately seek help. The first thing you can do is speak to them. Ask them, are you going through something? And then if when they share it with you, right, don't judge them. Don't push it back to them and say, uh, you know don't use harsh words. So what you can do is you can say, like, okay, don't worry, assure them that things are going to be fine, I'm here with you. So this will make them feel like, okay, no matter what, I have my parents support. So that the mental health will change. And in situations where parents, uh, they don't look at it, they neglect the feelings that the child is having, of course when the child grows up, the child is either going to be rebellious, or the child is eventually going to attempt suicide or something like that. Because of course mental health is so important. You grow up, you watch the example, and it's so important that parents do not fight in front of kids, because that will also affect their mental health. Okay, so when they grow up, they're eventually going to be depressed. So in order to avoid that, start from young. Ask them what's wrong. Be there. Be a friend to them. Allow them to share anything. Don't judge. So, is that clear, Shukri?
Yes, Kim, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, guys, if no one have any question, means we can end the session now. Anyone? Okay, no means thank you to Miss Anusha for today podcast. It was an interesting talk. Okay, so before we end our event for today, I would like to invite our speaker, participants, and guests for a photography session. I hope that everyone can open your camera, please.
And I also hope that all of you got some insights from today's short talk. And if you guys need any assistance, or you guys need someone to share your feelings with, you all can always contact me or the list of people that I stated in my slide just now. And I will just share my screen for a while. Is that okay, Mishalini?
Yeah, sure, Miss.
Okay, so this is the contact details. This is how you guys can reach me. So I hope I helped you guys in one way or another. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be with you guys today.
Thank you, Miss.
So have you guys all taken down the details? Can I stop screen sharing?
Can, Miss.
All right, okay.
Okay, guys, please open your camera for the photography session. Okay. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, another one. Okay.
Okay, thank you. For the MSc students, please don't leave first, okay? We will send the link for the attendance in a while. So don't leave first. So thank you, Miss Anusha. So as the saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending. And now the ceremony has come to its end. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our ceremony with your presence. We truly appreciate it. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout this event. So I end my duty as master of ceremony for today's event with a very warm thank you to the speaker, Ms. Anusha, and the participants. Until we meet again, thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone
Thank you.
for the opportunity, and I apologize if I have said anything.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone.
Guys, don't leave us, the MSc students.
So I can leave, right?
Yeah,
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Miss. Hi.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, dah sedia popcorn tu. Dah. Dah Okay, so I see ada Madam Hanisa, okay, Madam Syamini on the way. Okay. So nanti jangan lupa isi attendance. So dekat situ nanti you all ada mental first. So at the end of this movie, kita akan ambil gambar sama-sama dengan mentor.
Dah tak sabar nampak dah tengok movie.
So kita start now. Okay.
Okay, you guys dah fill attendance then can leave, right? Thank you so much everyone.